Hello family, welcome to this new segment. We're going to talk about diseases and medical conditions that affect us in general, things that are killing Americans, especially African Americans and other minorities. So let's talk about number one on the list. Okay, hypertension. What is hypertension? Hypertension is when the blood pressure in your blood vessels is elevated, and because of this it causes detrimental consequences to your end organs, be it to your brain, your heart, your kidneys, etc., etc. I'm just going to give you a few facts here. First of all, to start this preamble, the purpose of this is not to give you medical advice. I am not your medical doctor. The point of this is to give you information. So the three steps to changing. Number one, you need knowledge. Knowledge ensures information. Then you need comprehension. You need to be able to understand what it is you're being told. So someone has to tell you in a way that makes it simple. Take out all the big words, just demystify the stuff and talk to people like normal people. And the third thing is application, and that's where wisdom comes in. So my hope here is to present information to you that you may or may not know, or just present in a new light in a way that is relatable. And then with that information, once you understand it, then you can make choices that hopefully we all make together and get more healthy and live longer, happier lives. So let's get started. Hypertension. Hypertension is also known as the silent killer. It's also known as high blood pressure, and it is one of the leading causes of death in America. As of right now, there are 75 million Americans who are affected by hypertension. That's 1 out of every 3 adults. That is very, very concerning in this country, and only about half of the people with hypertension actually have their blood pressure under control. So that's a concerning, very, very concerning fact. Like I said, because hypertension is asymptomatic, which means that you could have it for years and never know anything is wrong. So you could be doing damage to your brain, your kidneys, your heart, and then you feel okay. There's nothing going on. So you're like, I feel totally fine. And then one day you get a stroke or a heart attack, and that's very, very, very detrimental to lives, as you can imagine. As of right now, the cost associated with high blood pressure are about $46 billion each year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to fix something that we can control with making good life choices, good decisions, working and together. So all of this information I'm giving you is on the CDC website. You can check it out yourself. It's at www.cdc.gov/blood pressure/facts. So these are facts about hypertension presented to you in a way that's relatable. So why do we care? Well, as it turns out, African Americans are disproportionately affected by hypertension, more so than other races. That's terrible news, you know. And as women are more affected than men are. So right now, about among African Americans, about 45.7% of everyone affected are women, and so that's something that we really need to try to work on if we can, and try to get those numbers down so we can live longer, healthier lives. And I'm not coming to you as the authority. We're living in today's lifestyle. I mean, I work anywhere from 60 to 70 to sometimes 80 hours a week, and it's hard to make right choices as a mother, a wife, as a professional. And I just made a decision myself to start making healthy choices, and so we're going on this journey together. I'm not lecturing to you from my Dr. Pedestal. We're keeping it real here. It's challenging to be that tired and have to make healthy choices. And so my husband and I were just talking about this, and we're trying to I have 2 daughters that I have to be there for. I can in the process of trying to better myself, potentially help other people, save lives, I can't kill myself in that process. So it has to, for me, it became a personal decision that I had to make. So moving into this new year, I'm making some big changes, and you guys get the privilege of going on the journey with me. Yay, me. So if I fail, everyone sees it. If I succeed, I become a star. No, I do not. But at least maybe I can reach out to one other person and encourage them, and just maybe inspire them to make healthy choices as well. So let's keep talking. Why does blood pressure matter? So 360,000 Americans died, of course, in 2013, and most of those deaths had hypertension listed as the cause or an associated cause. That's 1,000 people dying each day. That is a problem. That is a problem. Now, high blood pressure not only increases your risk for other conditions, but the risk of a first heart attack. 7 out of 10 people who have a first heart attack were diagnosed or are diagnosed with hypertension. Also, 8 out of every 10 people who are diagnosed with a stroke also have high blood pressure as a diagnosis. So that's constant. That's a big issue. In addition to that, chronic heart failure has been associated to this, and kidney disease. These are big hitters. These are big hitters that affect morbidity and mortality in a way, and then they also disproportionately affect African Americans more so than other ethnic groups. So this is something that we need to talk about. This is something that we need to keep the conversation going. I encourage you, reach out to your doctors, make your doctor's appointments. If you're so inclined, start thinking about the choices that you make yourself. And we all know this. You've heard it. I've heard it. We've all heard it. But one of the most preventable causes of disease is your diet. What you eat affects who you are and the life that you live. And for me, this is becoming so real this year. I don't have a deadly disease or anything, thank God. But I've never had to deal with being overweight, and it was in the process of trying to go to medical school that I really started to doing with a weight problem. And so this year I had to sit down and look myself in the eye and say, I cannot preach health when I look like I'm about to pass out from a heart attack because I'm not taking care of myself. So I'm making healthy choices this year first of all, for myself, because let's face it, I don't want to die. And also, if I want to leave, I want to be the best version of me possible, okay? And also for my children and for my husband. And I think that I invite you women to go on this journey with me, to go on this challenge with me, start making healthy choices. It could be anything from as simple as cutting back on carbs, or cutting back on red meat, or cutting back on your calories, calorie counting, walking an extra mile a day. For me, I'm making my big step, I guess. My big decision is I'm deciding to try the vegan thing. And I'm sure everybody in my family is like, this is ridiculous. Probably. I appreciate you guys thinking that, but everyone that knows me knows I love meat. I'm a carnivore. I love steak. I'm sorry, but as it turns out, eating steak for 32 years hasn't quite worked out for me if I'm not having the same amount of high energy sports. I used to play soccer and be super active, and the lifestyle I live now just doesn't allow that, so I can't eat that. I have to change until I can get to a point where I am exercising as much as I want, which any amount of exercise is awesome. For me, I try to do 30 minutes a day. Started last week, but the point is I started. And also this week I'm deciding to try the vegan diet for, babe, how long are we trying this for? Let's just say 100 days. Let's see how this goes. My husband's been trying to get me to go vegan for years. And I'm just like, I'm African. We eat meat. What do you mean vegan? So I am stocking up. We're going on this new adventure. Kellen and I, we do a lot of things together. We do everything together. But but I would love you guys to go on this journey with me. See how we can make healthy choices. I'll try to get here every week or a couple of weeks and talk about health care problems that we can all relate to as women, as African Americans, as people, as real people with normal day, everyday stresses and living real lives. Okay, I don't have a chef. All of a sudden I have to figure out a way to make quinoa look sexy. So I appreciate you guys taking this journey with me. I can't wait to see what we have to do next. But before we get to go, I want to tell you another staggering fact about hypertension. So since 1999, there are more and more people with hypertension that have sought help, but 1 out of every 5 Americans do not know that they have hypertension. These facts are from the CDC. This is staggering. I encourage you, especially in this era where most of us have health insurance. Some of us don't, but most people in this country have access to health insurance in one way, shape, or form. If you can go to a physician, get checked out, get your yearly checkup. A lot of us are paying for this and we're not even doing. I have to get a PCP. I was just talking to my friend this week. It's like, I don't even have a primary care physician and I'm a doctor. So that's my assignment for this week, is to get a PCP and get in for a checkup. I invite you to go on this journey with me. I know it's going to be challenging, but I'm up to it. And I think you are too. I'm looking forward to it. Living better, healthier lives so we can be better, more awesome, and fabulous versions of ourselves. Thank you for joining me. I'm Dr. Tina Coleman with CNA2MD.